what will you give for the 11 yogas of her mind? She has 11 mind yogas that are very secret practices to be conferred on students after initiation. Her initiation takes 2 days. The first initiation is a preparation. Overnight, you'll observe your dreams. And then if the dreams come out not correct, you can't get her initiation that day. And then the next day is the actual full initiation. After initiation, the Lama will take about 2 weeks to explain her, 1 month, 2 weeks to a month, depend on how quick you are. The explanation of the practice, and the Lama will give you an oral transmission. After that, you do your practice. And the Lama will explain the 11 mind meditations of Vajrayogini to transform your body, speech, and mind to that of Vajrayogini's body, speech, and mind. The whole 11 yogas of Vajrayogini are designed to transform you into her, not into a woman, into her enlightenment, to become her. So you don't when you finish, you don't grow breasts. No. Because Vajrayogini appears as a woman. She's not a woman. She's in pure, enlightened energy. And every part of her body represents one facet of enlightenment. So to you, it looks like a beautiful woman. It's not. She's not. Every part, even her breasts, even her nipples, even her fingernails, even her face and the direction of her face and the way she stands, all have very powerful meaning if you meditate on it. It is not arbitrary at all. That's why when you have an image of Vajrayogini near you, when you make offerings and you see her all the time, it plants those teachings of Buddha in your mind very firmly. Even the way she looks and her eyes, the direction, have rhyme and sense. It's not just arbitrary, and it has meaning, it has a purpose. Even her hands, holding the cemetery knife straight down, has meaning. Even why it's like this or like this has meaning. Even though why she holds it has meaning, it's very profound. And it's all related to transforming our minds. Oh yes. That's why you'd be very fortunate if you can wear her pendant all the time. Have an image of her all the time. And think about it. You say, well, we don't have her practice. I put on my block, I put the black tea to her. I put some prayers you can do to her. You should do that every day preliminary. Make a connection. Don't wait. Don't be lazy. Don't say, oh, I want to practice. If you really want to practice, you start acting like you have to practice now. That's right. Why is Vajrayogini naked? Why does she expose her privates? Because her Tantra is most powerful during the time when sexual desire becomes a pervading factor of our lives. It means we seek sex, we seek fun, we seek a partner, we have sufferings because of our sexual partner, we have problems because of our sexual partner, diseases arise because of because of sexual energy. That's now. It's now. So therefore, now is a time where we are pervaded, we're always looking for a partner, we're always looking for bogey. And then we suffer because of it. We get beaten because of it. We run away because of it. We run towards it. We work for it. We look for it. We fix ourselves up. We go for surgery. We go to clubs. We go on internet. We go on chat, all looking for that. And these days, when women show themselves, when men show themselves, when they make love on the screen, people are like, oh, that's great. It's degenerating. But 50 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, people took off their clothes on the street, censored immediately. Some people say, well, it's an expression of freedom. It's just another word to cover degeneration. When I say degenerate, I don't mean that these people who go naked on screen are bad. I'm just saying it's a sign of the times where there's less respect for the body, less respect for that action. So Vajrayogini shows her body naked because this type of degeneration will only get worse according to Buddha. So she counters it. She shows her sexy, beautiful, voluptuous, delicious body to you, to draw you to her. When she draws you to her with the promise of sexual bliss and contact. She draws you to her through sexual attraction. But when you get to her, when you get near her, instead of getting sex, you get the complete teachings to overcome your desire for all things that make you suffer. But her attraction point is sex. Hence the color is red, because the red is the color of sexual desire. Hence her stance, hence her showing you all her privates, hence her way of moving. Some of you might think, well, I'm a queen, and I'm not excited by females. It has nothing to do with females, because the Vajrayogini changes her body to Hiruka. 12 arms, 4 faces, 2 legs, with his private part exposed, erect, and powerful. So those of you who are attracted to sexual energy, you will be attracted to Hiruka, father and mother combined. And the reason they stay in sexual union is not because they have sexual desire or they want you to do that. It is to attract you using your most powerful characteristic during this time period. Because different time periods are characterized by different powerful emotions. Our time is sexual attraction, the most powerful. Now, if you look on TV, all the ads, all that, it's all sex. It's always sex these days, but it wasn't like that 20, 30 years ago. And it will become more and more and more and more. So therefore, Vajrayogini's Tantra becomes even more relevant and powerful for us now. It's because her Tantra, listen carefully, is most powerful for people whose most difficult emotion is sexual desire. So if you are filled with sexual desire, she's the perfect yidam. That's why we call it Tantra. Whereas in Sutra, you're not supposed to have sexual desire. You're supposed to abstain. You're supposed to not engage, not do it. But in Vajrayogini's Tantra, she gives you sex. Because in this age, if you deny, you go away. You guys understand? If they say, cannot this, cannot that, see you later, going back to the clubs. But Vajrayogini shows you, can, do, like, come. It's very powerful imagery. So Vajrayogini is the trauma goddess. Is the powerful goddess of sex, who instead of increasing your sexual desire, and from that you have union, and then you create more problems and more difficulties and more burdens, she attracts you by what you are very attracted to. And when you get to her, instead of giving it to you, you get transformed. Your sexual energy gets transformed into compassion, into love, into forgiveness, into wisdom. Because sexual energy is just energy. But the imagery, society, people, the clubs, what we do, enhances this energy to go toward the direction of sex. Copulation, meeting a partner, because that's what we're all forced to do. Meet a partner, meet a partner, meet a partner. Look good, fix your hair, get surgery, get this done. Do this, do that, work your body, go to the gym. What is it for? To look good, what? To be healthy. My foot, it's to attract somebody. People say, oh, I go to the gym to be healthy, and my foot. You know how many times I was accosted in the gym room, steam room? How many times? I'm a lama, you don't leave me alone. Do you know once I used to go to all those gyms a long, long time ago. I was a god. Anyways, when I go into the shower rooms, do you know how many times I was accosted? How many pickups I've had? I couldn't believe it. Because I never went to a gym in America, ever. People who go to the gym and they want to be healthy, all that, please. They go there so they look good. They have a nice body. They look sexy. They can attract their partners. And then once they get it, to keep it. Somehow, SCX is involved. Is that bad? No. I'm not criticizing. I'm talking about that's how people think these days. This kind of thinking will change later. It will change to something else and say that, and then come back and change to this again. Because that's our pervasive desires. So that's why Vajrayogini is the most appropriate goddess of this time, because she absorbs all this energy and transforms it into wisdom. So if you are lazy, meaning you don't want to do a lot, but you want to get a lot, oh, the lights came on. If you are filled with sexual desire. 2. 3. You find it very difficult to focus and to concentrate your energies. And Vajrayogini is the right lead up for you. That is the initial qualifications you need to enter her practice. Isn't that amazing? That's the initial qualifications. You don't become a sex baboon for the rest of your life, of course. You can't run around being a big sex baboon and rubbing yourself under against every banana tree, you know. There's nothing wrong with having sexual desire. There's nothing wrong, but you see, it makes you suffer. It burns you up. It makes you unsure. It makes you do a lot of things that when you're older you regret. So it's not bad per se. It's the things that you let it make you do. Buddhism's not critical of that. Buddhism's critical of the results. So therefore, when you worship Vajrayogini, when you do her practice, that energy that's directed here gets turned around and directed here. And Vajrayogini, with her consort Hiruka, meditate on together, will also be how you will take rebirth in the future. You will enter her womb, and you will come out from her womb attained. It's very powerful. So her body, her color, her stance, her implements, necklace, this, her implements, what she steps on, all has profound meaning as part of the meditational path. It isn't just, oh, you see an envelope and then there's a letter and there's a deed and it means that you're going to get some inheritance. It's not, it's much more than that. Much, much more. So therefore, to even see Vajrayogini's body and you not knowing what it means doesn't matter. It's still very holy. Hence, I can't put her naked body all over our organization, but I put her symbol on all over. It's planning for me from years ago. Profound, isn't it? And then when you receive her mantra in the future, even if you find her mantra now on the internet, you can find. If you recite it, it will be an obstruction for you. Meaning in the future, when you actually do it with initiation, you won't gain attainments. Because it's against Tantra code to recite it without initiation. After you receive the initiation and you receive her mantra, let me describe to you what Lama Yeshe said. It is the king of all mantras. Once you recite her mantra, you do not need to recite any other mantra again. Because all the power of the mantras are embodied in hers. Her mantra is labeled the king of all mantras, meaning no mantra is more superior than hers. Even a Vajrayogini practitioner who's sincere, has samaya to the Guru, holds their vows. A Vajrayogini practitioner who recites their mantra, if you can even get their mala to put on your head, or a piece of their mala, it's the same as getting a piece of Vajrayogini. That's how powerful it is. Not even reciting the mantra. Even the mala that the mantra is recited upon. Because Vajrayogini practitioners will bless the mala first before they use it according to her practice. Use it. After she's done, they'll bless it again. They do this every day. So if you can get a great Vajrayogini practitioner, as Lama Yeshe said, and place the mala on their head, and they recite the 8 verses of, if they recite the 8 praises of Vajrayogini, you're highly blessed. If you have spirits, they will leave. If you're possessed, the Vajrayogini practitioner will expel them immediately. He or she just places the mala on that person's head and tell the spirit to leave. And the spirit will not see this person as they are. They will see the person as Vajrayogini. And they will leave. Very powerful. So even a Vajrayogini practitioner, if you can get their mala each day, every day, as much as you can to put on your head, you're very blessed. And when they're placing the mala on your head, you should think 108 Vajrayoginis. 108 has descended into my body, blessing my winds, my channels, my drops, my chakras, my whole body, speech, and mind. And relax for a second. And if you have the fortune to get one bead of the Vajrayogini practitioner and wear it, or put in a stupa, or put in your statue, it is an object of veneration. It is as a receiving Vajrayogini person. That's right. That's what it says in her Tantra. I'm not making it. I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you what it says. That's how powerful. And that's before even the meditation. That's right. Any questions about any of that? All these things that I've shared with you, please remember it. Please contemplate on it. Please meditate on it. And don't forget it. And share it with other people in the future. Except the parts I said don't share. Talk about it. Make other people Vajrayogini fanatic. Do you know why? I hate to sound fundamentalist here, but you will save them. Even to hear the name Vajrayogini, you're blessed. That's why I put our huge statue in our center. Why? It will benefit all of you. It will help all of you. And that's the whole reason I'm here. If any of you are lucky and you're here, when the initiation and practice is confirmed, that's all you need for the rest of your life. Nothing else. You need a beautiful statue of Vajrayogini, filled with mantras and consecrated and blessed, and put beautiful ornaments on her and keep her in a very sacred area of your house. Make hundreds of thousands of offerings to her over the years. You should do 100,000 water offerings to her, 100,000 mandala offerings, 100,000. You should do 21 prostrations to her a day. You should make a connection starting now. Don't say, oh, I'll do it when I get my initiation. No. No. You don't learn how to drive when you buy your new car. You smash it up. You learn now. You start now. And then it's said, I'm going to give you another delicious enticement. In Vajrayogini's Tantra, for the highest practitioner, in this life, you will ascend to her Kichara paradise with your very body. That means you won't leave your body back. You won't experience death. You will ascend with your body. For the mediocre practitioner, you will see her in the bardo, which means when you die and you leave your body, you will hear bells, you will hear ringing, you will hear songs, female songs singing, and then you will see Mother Vajrayogini come embrace you, kiss you, you will ascend. The lowest practitioner, meaning not so good luck, a little bit lazy, won't let go of all your attachments. The lowest practitioner will continuously take rebirth for 14 lifetimes near a place where her practice is alive, to hear her name, to hear her practice, and to receive the initiation practice. And within 14 lifetimes, you will ascend Kichara paradise. That's her promise. So there are three. The highest practitioner gets what, Brian?
When you die, you'll go straight to her paradise with the body.
Without leaving your body. Mediocre, William?
When you die,
very good. Concentrate.
Bardo.
In the bardo, if you will.
You will hear her bells and singing, and then she will
take you up. She'll take your mind up, not your body. Your body left behind. Very good. You will meet her in the bardo. Bardo is in between. The lowest and the laziest and the slowest practitioner, Ethan?
They will be reborn in a place where within 14 lifetimes?
No, every lifetime. And then within 14 lifetimes, very good. Within 14 lifetimes, what happens?
To be near her practice.
So that means you'll always be born where there's a master nearby who does her practice. You'll see her images, you hear about her name, you hear about her practice. Why?
So that they can continue to practice.
So within 14 lifetimes, what happens, Cynthia?
You ascend to Kichara paradise.
Right. And within 14, you will ascend, she promises. Now listen to this, kiddies. Keji Pabogodo Chang. Keji Dejini, the huge, corpulent one, the fat one, had many visions of Vajrayogini Hiruka during his lifetime. And his visions wasn't alone, it was with many disciples. Not only that, when he went near Vajrayogini Hiruka statues, from the mouth will pour out water. Many, many. There are people alive who witnessed that. very famous because his practice of Vajrayogini is very perfected. He had a vision of Vajrayogini, and he said to Pabonka, those who receive Vajrayogini's initiation from you and 4 generations will ascend to my paradise within 7 lifetimes, not 14. So that means Pabonka, if he gives it, you'll ascend in 7 lifetimes. You guys understand that? Then Pabonka's disciple, that's 1. Pabonka's disciple, 2nd. Then the next disciple, that's 3rd, and then the last will be 4th. So I received it from Saramchi. So I'm number 4. Saramchi received it from Pabonka. I'm sorry. Me, I received it from Saramchi. Saramchi received it from Trijanji. Trijanji received Pabonka. So I'm number 4. So after me, it refers back to not just me, my generation, reverse back to 14. So those who receive it within the 4 generations, as promised by Vajrayogini, you will ascend her paradise within 7 lifetimes, not 14. So if you receive it outside of this, it's still okay, it's still 14. And Pabonka himself recommended to do Vajrayogini as your primary Ida for this generation. Degenerate time. He himself. Although he was a master of Yamataka, Guya, Samaja, Kalacha, he was a master of all the tantras. From memory, he can explain any tantra you want perfectly. He's mastered them. But he recommended Vajrayogini for all of us still. It's very powerful. So what should you do now? You should definitely obtain a beautiful Vajrayogini statue. You know what? And to stop worrying about money. Stop crying about money. Stop focusing on money. Stop just living your life for paying bills. Pay your bills and do more. Obtain a beautiful Vajrayogini statue when you can. Do it up well the way you like it. Get as big as possible. Biggest objective. Do everything traditional, keep it well, and make prayers there every day, make prostrations. And what I wrote on my blog, do her black tea. Make a connection to her. Why? Prepare yourself for her practice. Because by the time you wait 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, when you get it, you've got all this Vajrayogini energy already. So when you get the initiation, easy to practice. Does that make sense? You should do that. And if you're Vajrayogini practitioners, you need to be extra kind. You need to be extra forgiving. You need to be extra generous. You need to be extra, go out of your way to benefit others without expecting anything back. Because that's what our Mother Vajrayogini would expect of us. Mother Vajrayogini would expect us to become a Buddha, and to become a Buddha, we have to start going that direction by acting and enacting the qualities of the Buddha, although we don't have it yet. So, true Vajrayogini practitioners, real ones, are very kind, are very powerful, kind people. They're not powerful because they can fly or they can manifest miracles, but you can feel their kindness. They're very kind, they're very loving, and they give everything of themselves to you. True Vajrayogini practitioner. Why? Because she's a Buddha. So if you become close to her, you have to get the qualities of a Buddha. And the qualities of Buddha are always positive. Does that make sense? So a true Vajrayogini practitioner is very kind, very generous, very patient, and will use many, many methods to plant seeds in your mind, and if they can, transform your minds. If they can't, just plant seeds. True Vajrayogini practitioner. A true Vajrayogini practitioner will be very, very kind, with no motivation, no ulterior agendas. That's a sign of a true Vajrayogini practitioner. What other signs do you want? Ghosts can fly, birds can fly. Vajrayogini practitioner can fly what is a bird on. Birds don't have compassion. Ordinary people don't have deep compassion. But if you practice Vajrayogini, you have to be defined by your compassion because she's a Buddha. So if you're defined by flying in the air because you can levitate, you gain some powers over wind, birds can fly already. They don't need to meditate. Just pray to grow some wings in your next life. Then you can fly and be free as a bird. Does everybody understand? Good. Any last questions? Otherwise, we're done. What's this, Sina?
Cream soda.
Oh, very exotic. Very red. Very Vajrayogini. Good. Let's do a short dedication, but a complete dedication. From our efforts to going to Nepal and the pilgrimage and to cooperate with each other, from listening to the teachings and also speaking about the teachings and even hearing the name Vajrayogini, we dedicate that everything that is spoken about in the King of Prayers, everything written in the King of Prayers, may come true. May our parents, alive or dead, in their current incarnation and future incarnations, always have long life, health, and happiness. May our Dharma brothers and sisters and friends and people who benefit us always be blessed and taken care of by Vajrayogini. May they achieve Vajrayogini's path. May all my negative qualities that are very strong in me, that make me do things that I regret, that make me do things that collect a lot of negative karma, therefore experiencing happiness, may be transformed into Vajrayogini's energy. May in this life and all lives, may I always hear about Vajrayogini, always meet Vajrayogini, always see Vajrayogini, always be near masters who are Mahasiddhas of Vajrayogini Tantra. May I perfect their practice, may I perfect their 11 yogas, and may I become a great Mahasiddha like Naropa of the Vajrayogini Tantra. May Kichara in the world be renowned for Vajrayogini's practice. May Kicharians be renowned for her Mahasiddhas. May Kicharians produce Vajrayogini practitioners, Mahasiddhas of world-class quality that can disseminate the teachings to others. And in the end, within 14 short lifetimes, or 7, may we ascend to Kichara paradise to receive the instructions of Vajrayogini herself, therefore becoming enlightened, and not rest in Kichara paradise, but re-emanate into samsara, into the billions of world systems in samsara, to liberate, to benefit, to teach, to absorb other people's sufferings. May upon enlightenment in Kichara paradise, may we not rest. May we emanate in multitude of bodies, in Sambhogakaya form, Nirmanakaya form, and many emanations of Nirmanakaya and Sambhogakaya. May we emanate to benefit others. May everyone who sees us, hears us, tastes us, has any experience with us, be connected to Vajrayogini immediately. May anyone who experiences us, hear our voice, has any relations to us in any way, may they have immediate connection and affinity to Vajrayogini to practice. May we become her living, walking ambassadors in this life and all future lives. Taso Jine Sabi Yawandi, Tanandro Jeba Jesu Gosandra Pai, Dami Buri to Sa Sho, Janju Sinjo Rinpoche, Majipada Jigushi, Jeba Nema Bebaya, One Gundu Kawash, Yawandi, Nuda, Lama Sanje Jumune, Joa Chiga Madoka, Dei Sada Gopa Shop. While we're doing these dedications, think about Vajrayogini. Think carefully, you're doing these dedications to her. Think about, don't just simply recite and think may happen. Because you think and you recite, there's no object. You need an object, which is a Buddha, then you recite, and the motivation, it seals the deal. So think about Vajrayogini, trust Vajrayogini, believe she's enlightened Buddha, of course she is, and then do these dedications to Vajrayogini. Let's do it again, to Vajrayogini. Focus and think about her strongly each time you do dedication. Taso Jine Sabi Tanadro Jeba Jesu Losandra Pai Dami Hori Sa Sho Janju Sinjo Rinpoche Mache Pada Jiguchi Jebana Pame Bayang Tone Kundu Pewash Toni Toma Rinpoche Mache Pada Jiguchi Jebana Pame Bayang Tone Kundu Pewash Gyawandi Nunuda Lama Sanje Jugune Jowa Chiga Malupa Dei Sana Kupashu Chuji Jabo Zungaba Chuji Nama Bewala Giji Shama Shiwata Tuji Panu Samas Tada Jisi Yuzuna Jebe Soni Batini Jewa Losandra Pai Temba Yuni Pa Juji Gandhi Dere Kore Shigante Bedemela Malu June Chene Zima Denzen Gasu Isha Besile Balu Den Jushi